If you could just go ahead and scan this QR code, just go ahead and, click however many stars you want. But if you could specifically mention my name and just the service I provide, I would greatly appreciate it. He goes, for every single Google review that we get the company, we get a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A or gas or Starbucks or whatever. My HVAC went out and I had to call up and I'm looking online and I'm seeing this and I'm like, how the hell do they have 4,000 Google reviews, right? So I call them up and they come out and they fix my HVAC unit. Right. And the technician was there and he's just like, hey, was everything good with the service and everything? And I said, dude, everything was great. The unit works, got my air back on. It was awesome. He goes, well, hey, if you could do me a favor. He goes, if you could just go ahead and scan this QR code, just go ahead and, click however many stars you want. But if you could specifically, and this is the key here, if you could specifically mention my name and just the service I provide, I would greatly appreciate it. No problem. So I went online, I clicked on the thing, and that was it. So he came back for a follow-up. And I said, hey, man, I said, y'all got like 4,000 reviews. It can't be that simple. What else is going on that I don't know about? And I said, I'm a business owner. And he laughed and he goes, for every single Google review that we get the company, we get a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A or gas or Starbucks or whatever. So he's like, dude, if I get like 15 reviews for the week, I get all of my meals covered. And I'm like, interesting. So you can incentivize your workers to get reviews. You just can't incentivize patients to leave you a review. There's a difference. Okay. So we have a couple owners in our program that have like a coffee gram of sorts. So it's just like, hey, if you leave a review and you mention my name, like the owner buys me like coffee or Starbucks. So I would greatly. So if you think about that, what's happening here is you're leveraging the principle of reciprocity. So if the HVAC unit was just in my basement and not attached, probably not going to leave them a review. So after you get a win, they ask for the review, and then they specifically said if you could mention my name. So that might be something for you guys to look at is like an internal, like, yeah, contests work really well, or internal, like, hey, if someone leaves a review and mentions your name, we could reward you that way. But then for our monthly campaigns, if you just ask for Google reviews, people are just like, well, how about you just focus on getting me better first? So the way that we do our campaigns, Daryl, is that we basically say like, hey, like, I want to give the gift of thanks for Thanksgiving. We have a meeting coming up. If you don't mind just mentioning some of our team members, I'm going to read the reviews at the meetings. That would be awesome. Hey, it's Valentine's Day. Hey, it's Mother's Day. Or hey, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Or hey, so I'm always constantly pairing the ask with something else. So it's not just Google reviews. Because if you look at the like a 360 recognition, it's owner to peer, it's leadership to peer, it's peer to peer, and then it's patient to peer. Right. And in reviews, a recognition could either be formal or spontaneous. So you guys might be able to ring the bell each week, or maybe, hey, a review just came in, I want to shout somebody out. But then also taking the time during a meeting to shout people out specifically, because two things happen. Yep. The person that got the review, they feel good about themselves. But then, Melissa or Jennifer's over here like, well, I didn't get any reviews. It's like, well, right. Maybe you should try to get some reviews. And then now all of a sudden there's this like internal competition that works really well. Google has a magic number of 200. So once your specific location has over 200 Google reviews, it pushes you out further in the search, because Google wants to be able to create a good user experience for the people that are searching online. So if Daryl went online and he was just like, Mexican restaurants near me, and it showed him a restaurant all the way up here in Warrenton with 3 stars, that doesn't really do much for him. So they want to be able to vicinity, and then they also want to make sure that they have 5-star rankings. So if you get over 200 reviews, it shows that you're really good. So it'll expand your vicinity, and it'll show you more in the map section. So that's the key. And then the last thing I'll pile on with Google reviews is just if you guys aren't posting pictures on your Google business profile every single week, you're missing out on an opportunity. Because Google is actually rewarding content creators now. It's specifically if they're not AI based. But if you go on your Google business profiles each week and you're posting pictures of your staff and your patients in your clinic and outing events, and you do that consistently, they'll expand your reach even further as well. If you've done Google for a while, you notice that they are adding new features to go along with that, because now you can post videos. Now you can actually pin certain pictures to your cover photo. You could do a lot of things. So they're definitely allowing you to post more there.